They came without warning. Not a fleet, not an army, just one. One being, one killer. The skies above Metropolis turned black as a single alien warship hovered, silent and motionless. Superman was the first to respond. Faster than light, stronger than gods, Earth's ultimate protector. But this time, something fell off. The ship radiated no energy, no threats, just stillness. And then it opened. From the shadows stepped a figure unlike any Clark had seen before. It didn't speak. It didn't blink. It just moved. And in that first second, Superman realized something terrifying. This wasn't just another alien invader. This thing had come for him. A single punch nearly shattered his ribs. The next dislocated his shoulder. Kryptonian strength meant nothing. Heat vision was absorbed. Ice breath? Useless. Superman fought back, of course. But as the battle raged across continents, it became clear. This wasn't a fight. It was a hunt. And he was the prey. In the final moment, as Superman bled across the ruins of Metropolis, he whispered, "Who are you?" The alien killer finally answered, "The last thing your kind will ever fear." The sky didn't scream. It whispered. At first, it was just a shadow above the clouds, motionless, silent, unnerving. Then the birds vanished from the sky, and cell signals across half the planet dropped in sync. Planes rerouted. Satellites blinked out. The world felt something before it even saw anything. NASA had no idea what it was. The Justice League had no records of anything like it. And Superman, Clark Kent, felt a weight in his chest he hadn't felt in years. Not fear exactly, but something just as cold. The object appeared just above Metropolis. Not moving, not doing anything. No comms, no sound, just hovering. A perfect obsidian disk miles wide, with no visible entry, engines, or heat signature. Superman was the first to reach it. The air around the object was dead still. He hovered, staring at the thing, scanning it with every vision mode he had. X-ray, infrared, ultraviolet. Nothing. It wasn't metal. It wasn't rock. It wasn't alive. Or maybe it was all of those at once. He pressed one palm against the surface. It felt like pressing against the idea of a mirror, not a real one. Then, for a moment, he heard something deep inside his mind, a pulse, a beat, a whisper, words not in any language. Kal-El. Finally, that's when the disc opened, not with a hiss or a glow, but like it was peeling reality back. Space bent around the crack. Time almost stuttered, and then it stepped out. 10 feet tall. Humanoid? Barely. Armor that pulsed with shifting symbols. Its body moved like liquid metal, and bone fused under impossible pressure. It had no eyes, just a smooth faceplate that shimmered like a black star. It didn't land. It floated inches above the ground, with no visible effort. Around it, space hummed wrong. Superman floated a few feet away, not raising his fists yet. "Identify yourself," he commanded, voice calm but firm. "This is Earth. I'm its protector. State your purpose." The thing tilted its head slightly. Then it moved, faster than thought. One moment Superman was mid-sentence. The next, he was slammed into the stratosphere. A thunderclap followed a second later, rattling every window in Metropolis. Superman steadied himself mid-air, stunned. Not because of the hit, he'd taken worse, but because the alien didn't teleport. It moved. It was just faster than anything he'd fought before. He blinked. The being was already there again. Another strike. He went flying through 3 layers of cloud, crashing into the ocean hundreds of miles away. But before the waves could settle, the alien was there again, pulling him from the water and hurling him through the atmosphere like a ragdoll. Superman caught himself, flaring his heat vision. Direct hit. The alien staggered, smoke rising from its chest. But then it straightened and absorbed the beams into its armor. Superman's eyes widened. That had never happened before. The alien raised one hand, and reality around it fractured, like a mirror breaking. Tendrils of energy lashed out, forming blades, chains, shapes that made no sense. It charged again. Superman dodged left, catching the thing by the arm, and hurling it into orbit. The force cracked the sky with a sonic boom. Seconds later, in space, he met the alien head-on, fist to fist. Energy exploded across the void, visible even from Earth as a new star. The alien fought like it had studied him for years, countering his moves before he made them, adjusting mid-strike, never tiring. They tumbled into the moon's gravity well, breaking craters in the surface. Then Earth's pull reclaimed them both, and they fell like comets, burning, screaming through the atmosphere, and crashing back into Metropolis with a shockwave that shook every building for 50 miles. Superman stood slowly, cape in tatters, suit torn, lip bleeding. The alien landed without a sound. Clark clenched his fists. "You're not here by accident. You know me." The alien tilted its head again. "I was made to end you." The voice was mechanical, layered, emotionless. Not spoken aloud, transmitted into Superman's thoughts. Before he could ask more, the alien raised both hands and tore open a rift in the sky, a thin scar glowing with light. Something began pulling at Superman. Gravity, energy, memory? It didn't matter. He resisted. The alien moved again. Another blow. Another dozen. Blinding speed. Unreadable patterns. Superman began to bleed, not just from cuts, but from the inside. Whatever energy this being wielded, it was anti-Kryptonian in nature. Not kryptonite. Something more designed. He fought back with everything. Ice breath, X-ray disruption, solar flare burst. It only slowed the thing for seconds. People began to flee below as the city trembled. Lois screamed his name from a Daily Planet rooftop before Jimmy pulled her away. Clark's mind raced. Who created this? Why now? Another punch sent him crashing into LexCorp Tower. Lex Luthor, watching through reinforced glass, whispered, "Even I couldn't make something that terrifying." Superman got up. He always did. But he wasn't winning. Not this time. And in that realization, he finally understood something worse than defeat. This wasn't an invader. It wasn't here for conquest. It was a message to every world that thought a protector could save them. The message was simple. Even your gods can fall. Superman was gone for 13 seconds. To most, it would feel like nothing. But for the people of Metropolis, it was an eternity. In those 13 seconds, the sky remained torn. The alien hovered silently in the air, like a monument to something terrible. Watching, waiting. It didn't attack. It didn't speak. It just existed, like it was confident the world had already lost. Then a sonic boom cracked open the sky again. A streak of light descended. Superman crashed down like a meteor, fists first, catching the alien off guard and slamming it into the bedrock below the city. Streets buckled. Water mains exploded. But Clark didn't stop. He kept punching again and again, burying the thing deeper into the earth, each blow fueled by pain, fear, rage, and something new, doubt. The alien twisted suddenly, grabbing Superman's wrist mid-swing. Its armor shifted, like it had relearned his rhythm. "You adapt," Superman growled. "So do I." He unleashed a solar burst, a white-hot explosion of Kryptonian energy from every pore of his body. The ground incinerated. Buildings nearby melted to slag. For a moment, it looked like the alien was gone. Then, from the ash, a figure stood back up, its armor blackened but regenerating. Its chest split open for the first time, revealing something glowing deep inside, a pulsing, caged core. And then it spoke again. "You burn bright, but you are the last of a failed line." Superman froze. "What do you mean? Your kind was never meant to survive. You are the mistake." The alien raised a hand, and from its core, a projection flickered into the air, galaxies, stars, systems. Dozens of them marked with the crest of Krypton, crossed out, burned. "You are not the first, just the last." Superman's mind reeled. These weren't just words. This was data, records, proof. Other Kryptonians had escaped Krypton before it exploded. Other survivors, scientists, warriors, explorers. They had scattered across the stars, hiding in unknown worlds, building secret colonies. And one by one, they had been hunted down, by creatures like this. "You're not just a weapon," Superman said, voice lower now. "You're a purge system." The alien didn't deny it. "I am the 8th evolution of the Sarn Protocol. Kryptonian Elimination Directive. You are incompatible with the Prime Order." "Whose order?" Superman demanded. But the alien vanished again, phasing like smoke, reappearing behind him and slamming him into the sky. They fought through clouds, through storms, through orbit. Superman broke sound barriers with every punch. But the alien anticipated everything. It countered every move like it had studied him from birth. Because it had. Deep inside a crater in the Arctic, Batman and Martian Manhunter watched the battle through a high-atmosphere satellite. Static flickered across the screen. John's brow furrowed. "This isn't a rogue being," he said. "This is a protocol, a system. Someone built this to erase Kryptonians," Bruce replied, jaw tight. "It didn't come for Earth. It came for him." Back in space, Superman was tiring. The alien wasn't. He needed answers. Fast. Clark changed tactics. Instead of brute force, he turned intangible, phasing slightly, a technique taught by Martian Manhunter himself. The alien faltered for a moment. Clark slipped behind it, ripped open a section of armor, and finally saw it. The core was alive. Not a machine. A being. A brain. A heart. It pulsed like something screaming. He hesitated, and that cost him. The alien stabbed backward with a blade made of compressed gravity. It pierced Superman's side. Blood floated in space. "I've fought gods," Superman hissed. "I've died before." "I know," the alien responded. "I watched." It drove the blade deeper. "You are Krypton's echo. I am the silence that follows." Superman unleashed a roar, breaking the blade with raw force, grabbing the alien and diving back toward Earth. They re-entered the atmosphere in flames, colliding into a mountain and splitting it in half. This time, Superman didn't attack. He looked deeper, into the alien's armor, into the tech. He realized something horrifying. This being wasn't piloted. It wasn't a suit. It was grown. Not a robot. Not a soldier. A species. He saw layers of DNA interwoven with dark matter. Kryptonian code spliced into neural pathways, language fused with instinct. It wasn't just made to kill Kryptonians. It was part Kryptonian, like a twisted evolution designed to erase its own ancestors. Someone or something had created these beings using remnants of Kryptonian tech and biology. Not Zod, not Brainiac, something older, something above. But before he could explore further, the alien began to glitch, literally. Its form distorted, reality warping around it. A signal was being sent. Clark turned toward the sky and saw it. Another disk, and another, and another. Dozens, appearing across the solar system. They weren't here for conquest. They were here for closure. Superman stood tall, blood dripping, suit torn, barely able to stay upright. But he smiled anyway. "Then send them all," he muttered. "I'll still be standing." The alien paused. For the first time, it didn't attack. It scanned him. Then, silently, it backed away. Its chest core dimmed. Then it spoke a final time. Phase 1 complete. It vanished. Not destroyed. Not defeated. Just finished. Superman collapsed to his knees, gasping. In the distance, the clouds began to ripple with energy. Earth wasn't the battlefield. It was just the beginning. The world didn't breathe for a full minute. After the alien vanished, Superman lay in the rubble, bones cracked, lungs burning, body flickering between strength and collapse. But the worst part wasn't the pain. It was the silence. No more punches. No more heat. No more chaos. Just nothing. Then the sky blinked. Dozens of obsidian disks appeared across Earth's orbit, like ink stains spreading through glass. They didn't move. They just hung in the atmosphere, each one a cold eye watching the planet below. They weren't here to attack. Not yet. They were sinking. Every satellite across the globe blacked out in unison. Communications died. Space agencies worldwide went dark. GPS failed. Power grids flickered. The world had no sky anymore, only them. In the Batcave, Bruce Wayne was already working. No sleep, no hesitation. Data streamed across half-broken screens. Every protocol was active. Red alerts flared in 47 languages. They're not just weapons, he said aloud. They're a coordinated system, hive-based. We're inside their field now. Behind him, Diana crossed her arms, sword at her back, face tight. They didn't finish the fight, she said. That wasn't a victory. That was a scan. Exactly, Bruce muttered. That first one wasn't here to kill Clark. It was here to test him, learn, adapt. And now they're downloading the update across the planet. The world braced for impact, but none came. No ships landed, no energy blasts, just silence. The calm before an extinction-level algorithm. Meanwhile, Superman was in the Fortress of Solitude, barely alive. The alien's blade had poisoned him with something ancient, reverse radiation. His cells weren't just injured. They were being told to forget what they were. Jor-El's AI flickered above him, worried. They used erased Kryptonian genetic memory against you, the voice said. Memories from ancestors you've never met. Blueprints never passed down. Clark groaned, still clutching his side. Why now? The Kryptonian elimination protocol was a myth, Jor-El replied. We created it as a fail-safe, an extinction device. If any surviving Kryptonians ever corrupted another world, you built them. No, Jor-El's voice shifted. We abandoned the project, but someone continued it. Someone we never recorded. An ancient faction that broke off during Krypton's final war. They called themselves the Null Court. Clark sat up, barely, eyes glowing faintly. Where are they now? Jor-El paused. They were never on Krypton. They existed between dimensions, hidden in gravitational folds. They called it the Quiet Layer. And it seems your enemy came from there. Before Clark could ask more, a pulse rang out from the fortress itself. The disks above Earth had activated their next phase, signal absorption. Every radio tower, satellite dish, military comm line, hijacked. Then a voice echoed in every language. Emotionless, hollow. You are within the cleansing grid. Your evolution has reached termination. Biological resistance is recorded but irrelevant. Superman is marked for final deletion. Prepare for atmospheric purge. Lois Lane heard it from inside the White House briefing room. So did children in schools, soldiers, civilians, everyone. The voice didn't yell. It didn't threaten. It simply declared the future, one where Earth no longer had a Superman. Back at the Watchtower, the Justice League assembled. Aquaman, Green Lantern, Flash, Martian Manhunter, Cyborg, Diana, Batman, all standing around the holographic projection of Earth surrounded by those alien ships. They're not invaders, John said. They're editors. You mean exterminators, Barry snapped. No, John replied calmly. They see us as corrupted code. Superman is the main variable. We are the contamination that followed him. Bruce pointed at the map. They're going to wipe the planet. Not like Darkseid. Not with armies. With precision. The ships are absorbing our communication structure, learning how we think, how we respond, how we adapt. Hal Jordan clenched his fist, ring glowing. Then we take the fight to them. We've done it before. Clark's voice cut through the speakers, weak but clear. No, not like this. The League turned. Superman was dialing in from the fortress, still wounded, but awake, barely holding himself together. This isn't a war. It's a deletion sequence. They're not here to fight, not yet. They're preparing to erase me from every trace of existence. DNA, digital record, memory. They're not just killing me. They're rewriting reality without me. Silence. Then Diana spoke. How do we stop it? Superman looked at the display. We find the source. The prime signal. The ship that sent the others. We shut that down, everything collapses. Bruce narrowed his eyes. It's not here, is it? No, Clark said. It's in the Phantom Zone. Half the League stared. That's impossible, Cyborg muttered. The zone isn't even real space. That's why it's perfect, Clark said. The null court sent their seed signal through there. It's broadcasting into our universe like an infection. If I go in, I might be able to find it. You won't survive, Bruce warned. I won't survive anyway if we don't stop this. Without another word, Superman turned toward the phantom gate deep within the fortress. Ancient, sealed, untouched since Krypton's end. He reached for it, then paused, and for a moment he was afraid, not of dying, but of disappearing. Tell Lois, he whispered, but didn't finish. He activated the gate. White light swallowed him whole. And just like that, Superman was gone. On Earth, the skies shimmered. The disks began to open. There was no light, no time, no air. The phantom zone wasn't a place. It was a wound in reality, a hollow echo of the universe, stitched together from gravity, memory, and silence. Superman had only seen it from the outside. Now he was inside, and he was alone, or so he thought. Every step he took felt wrong, like walking through someone else's dream. Every breath pulled nothing into his lungs. His powers flickered, his senses twisted. Directions didn't matter. Up, down, meaningless. But something was here. He could feel it watching. Not alive, not dead. Something older. Ahead, a shape emerged. An inverted structure, floating and turning slowly in the void. A black spire, made of matter that rejected physics. Words etched into the surface pulsed in Kryptonian, but twisted, corrupted. Genesis, Node 1. He reached out. The moment his fingers brushed it, everything changed. Suddenly, he wasn't standing. He was remembering. A memory not his own. A city of crystal towers. Krypton, but not as he knew it. Older, wilder. Scientists chanting instead of coding. Rituals of power. Fear of something beneath the surface. A voice echoed through him. Kal-El, you carry the rot. Superman staggered back. Another figure stepped out from behind the spire. Humanoid, robed in layered data cloth that flickered between dimensions. Its face was like Clark's, but older, sharper. Eyes filled with knowledge no human could survive. You are late. Superman raised his fists instinctively. What are you? I am Arad Null, first architect of the Null Court, last voice of the Prime Krypton. Clark narrowed his eyes. You built the weapon species. I birthed them, Arad Null replied. In the final days before the fracture, we foresaw the spread, the dilution of Kryptonian perfection. We made the court to stop it. You killed survivors. No, Arad Null said, voice calm. We purified them. Superman felt the fury rising in his chest. You call murder purification? They forgot what we were, the architect said. We were not heroes. We were not kind. Krypton was a flame meant to burn the cosmos clean. You were born of its ashes, tainted by Earth's gravity, its mercy, its love. You are not Kryptonian. You are a failure. The words hit harder than any punch. Clark stepped forward. Then why not finish it? Why send your pets to do your work? Arad Null smiled. Because you were the final test. The last variable. The hybrid. If you died by our hand, Krypton would remain lost. But if you broke us, truly broke the code, then maybe the legacy deserves a new shape. So that thing on Earth, it wasn't meant to kill me. It was meant to record your end. But instead it recorded doubt. For a second, Superman didn't know what to say. Why now, he asked quietly. Because Earth is reaching the convergence, Arad Null said. Your species is close to merging thought with matter. They are about to ascend, to tamper with time, to bend life to will. It always ends the same way. You think they'll destroy themselves. They always do. Clark clenched his fists. Then let them. But don't make me your excuse. Arad Null's eyes flickered. You would defend them even now. Yes, Clark said. Because Earth gave me something Krypton never could. Choice. The spire behind Arad Null began to crack. A white energy poured from its core, pulsing with raw phantom code. Arad Null's smile faded. Then show me your choice. The spire erupted, and from its center came dozens of weapon species. Versions of the alien killer he fought before, each evolved differently. Some swarmed like insects. Some phased like ghosts. All moved with one purpose: elimination. Clark flew forward. The battle didn't feel like a battle. It felt like defiance. His punches shattered timelines. His heat vision carved through broken dimensions. He ripped gravity itself in half to collapse their paths. They overwhelmed him again and again, tearing skin, breaking bones. But he stood, again and again, until finally he touched the center, the null core, and made a choice. He didn't destroy it. He reprogrammed it. He fed it Earth's data, memories, love, pain, laughter, struggle. He gave it imperfection. Let it taste humanity. The code screamed. The spire fractured. The entire Phantom Zone shook. Arad Null fell to his knees, face twisted with horror. "What have you done?" Superman stood above him, eyes glowing. "I infected your perfection with hope." Reality shattered. Back on Earth, the discs began to fade. Not vanish, but lose meaning. Like a forgotten language. One by one, they shut down. People cheered. Governments stood down. The Justice League stood in silence. Then, above the Fortress of Solitude, a single light burst from the sky. Clark returned, alive, but changed. Something in his eyes now burned brighter, older. Not just the last son of Krypton, not just Earth's protector. Something new, a bridge between worlds. And in the ashes of the Phantom Zone, a whisper remained. This is not over. The sky above Earth didn't return to normal. Not completely. Even after the alien discs faded, even after the cheers and celebrations, something lingered, a pressure in the air, like the universe itself was holding its breath. Superman felt it first. Standing alone at the edge of the Fortress of Solitude, he stared into the stars, listening. Not with his ears, with everything else. The Phantom Zone had changed him. The null core's collapse hadn't just ended a threat. It had echoed. Something had survived. And it was coming. Deep in space, beyond mapped galaxies, a structure began to move. Not a ship, not a world. A living construct wrapped in frozen starlight, awakening for the first time in eons. Inside it, something opened its eyes. Eyes identical to Superman's. On Earth, Clark tried to return to normal. He saved a falling bridge, stopped a wildfire, smiled for cameras, comforted people who needed hope. But every time he closed his eyes, he saw himself, standing still, emotionless, watching Earth burn without blinking. Batman noticed. "You're off," Bruce said quietly, standing beside him on the watchtower. "I'm still here," Clark replied. "That's not what I meant." Clark didn't argue, because he could feel it now, a second heartbeat in the universe, tuned to his frequency, matching his cells, his thoughts, his power, his DNA. The Null Court hadn't just studied him, they had copied him. The warning came without sound. Every star visible from Earth dimmed for half a second. Then space tore open. Above the atmosphere, something emerged. Not dozens of ships this time. Just one figure floating calmly, arms behind its back, cape drifting like a shadow. It looked exactly like Superman. Same face, same build, same suit, except darker. No emblem, no color, just silver and black, like a reflection stripped of warmth. The world froze. Satellites caught it. Phones caught it. Billions stared at the sky and felt something worse than fear. Confusion. "Why are there two Supermen?" a child whispered somewhere. The figure descended slowly, stopping miles above the planet. Then it spoke. Its voice was Superman's, but empty. "Kal-El of Earth," it said. "You are obsolete." Clark rose to meet it, heart pounding. "What are you?" he asked. "I am the last evolution," the being replied. "I am what Krypton was meant to become. Untethered, unburdened, perfect." "You're a clone," Clark said. "A weapon." The being tilted its head. "No, I am the correction. You are the error." They collided, not with explosions, with force. The shockwave cracked the atmosphere itself, sending auroras across the sky. They moved faster than thought, faster than light, trading blows that bent gravity and rewrote physics mid-motion. Every punch Clark threw was matched. Every tactic countered. Heat vision met heat vision. Strength met strength. It was like fighting a mirror that hated him. The clones spoke as they fought. "You chose Earth," it said. "You chose weakness. You restrained yourself. You saved instead of ruled. I chose people," Clark shouted back. And because of that, the clone said calmly, "Billions across the cosmos will die. Mercy is inefficient." It slammed Clark into the moon, shattering its surface. Clark staggered, coughing, forcing himself up. "You don't feel it," he realized. "You don't feel anything." "I feel clarity." Clark looked at it, really looked. There was no anger, no pride, no rage, just purpose. This wasn't evil. It was empty. They fought across the solar system, tearing through asteroid fields, ripping apart space stations abandoned centuries ago. Each strike escalated. Each moment pushed Clark closer to the edge of something he'd always avoided. Total release. On Earth, the Justice League could only watch. They couldn't interfere. This was a god fighting his shadow. The clone began to overpower him. Slowly, methodically. No wasted movement. No hesitation. "You cannot win," it said. "You hesitate. You care. You limit yourself." Clark fell back toward Earth, barely stopping himself above the clouds. Blood streaked his face. And then he stopped fighting. The clone paused, confused for the first time. "You surrender?" Clark hovered, chest heaving. "No," he said softly. "I choose." He closed his eyes and let go, not of control, but of fear. He didn't hold back anymore, but he didn't unleash destruction either. Instead, he focused on connection. Every voice he'd ever heard, every life he'd saved, every moment of kindness, pain, laughter, failure. He opened himself completely. The clone recoiled. "What are you doing?" it demanded. Clark opened his eyes, glowing brighter than ever. "I'm showing you what you're missing." He touched the clone's chest and transferred everything. The pain of loss, the warmth of love, the weight of responsibility, the beauty of choice. The clone screamed, not in agony, but in overload. Its perfect mind shattered under the chaos of feeling. Its form destabilized, flickering between certainty and doubt. "This is inefficient," it cried. "Yes," Clark said. "That's the point." The clone collapsed, dissolving into light, its body unable to reconcile perfection with humanity. The sky cleared. Stars returned. Earth breathed again. Clark fell from the sky, caught at the last second by Wonder Woman and Flash. He survived, but he knew something had changed forever. The universe now knew two things. Krypton was truly gone, and Earth had something stronger than a god. A protector who chose to care. Far away, in the deepest dark, something ancient stirred, not in anger, but in curiosity. Because for the first time, perfection had lost, and hope had won.